Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 287, and I am so glad that you are here today because I'm giving you 7 things that you're probably going to need to spend money on when you're starting your business. I know that's hard to swallow because you're like, I want to spend the least amount of money as possible, but you have to know when you're starting a business, you are spending some money. Now, last week on episode 286, I shared with you ways that so many new small business owners are wasting money. You're overspending, you're wasting cash. Don't do it. Today, I'm talking about things that you probably are going to need to spend money on that are good investments of your time, energy, and money. So I'm so excited you're here. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you're in the idea stage, starting or growing. This is for you. And if you're starting a podcast for your business, this is for you as well. I know how hard it can be when you're starting everything, you're trying to piece together all the steps and figure it all out. Well, I've got some free goodies for you to help you so that you no longer have to flail around. I have a 16-step checklist for starting your business. If you're starting right now, make sure you scroll down in the show notes and get that, okay? And even if you're in the idea stage, I have a guide for you that helps you discover your true business purpose, which is called Ikigai. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a Japanese term that means reason for being. And I have a whole guide there that's printable and you can start working on now to really dig deep if you're struggling, like, you want to start a business, but you just don't even know what type you're meant to start, then that's for you. And then if you are ready to grow your business or start your podcast, I've got free resources for you as well. So make sure right now you get plugged in and get all of that. I do have a free Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses and Podcasts Doing What We Love. Make sure you'll check that out. Get in the group. It's super fun. And I would love to get updates on what's going on in your business. That is like the happiest time of my day when I see updates of things that are going great or things that you're working on. It's so awesome. So make sure you do that. And if you've been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners for the kind words, the DMs, the emails, everything that y'all share with me in gratitude of this podcast. It means so much to me. So many of you have told me that it's actually changed your life, which is, oh my gosh, just so heartwarming. And I'm so grateful for you sharing that with me because it makes me feel like the time that I spend here doing this podcast each week is worth it. If there's at least one person that is getting value out of it, then it's a success, right? If you've been listening a while too and you've never subscribed to the podcast, like you don't actually follow it, make sure you do that now. So ask yourself, do I follow this podcast? Do I get updates when new episodes drop each week? If you don't, go to your podcast app. For example, if you're on Apple Podcasts, there's like a little follow button or it may be a little plus sign or a check mark. They've updated it several times recently, but you can follow the podcast that way. So look in the upper right-hand corner and you will see like a little button that says follow show. So make sure you check that out because I don't want you to miss out on any future episodes that I know are going to help you. And also too, if you've been listening a while and you find value in this podcast, would you be so kind to leave a written review? It takes you literally 30 seconds. It means the world to me. And I can't help but think that it tells Apple and all the players out there like Spotify, Overcast, all of them, that this podcast is worth listening to. And I would love for them to show it to more people like you who appreciate it. So make sure you follow and then make sure if you have 30 seconds to write a written review, you can hit 5 stars and then write how this podcast has helped you or what it's meant to you. That would mean so much to me. So that's it. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, friends. How are you? How's everything going? I know so many of you are in the idea stage, trying to turn that passion that you have into a business. And some of you are here because you're starting your business right now. And I'm so excited for you that you're getting moving on this because y'all, so many people never do this. They don't have the courage. They're scared and they won't put themselves out there, but you're different. You're different. You're doing this scared, right? You're just doing it anyways because life is short, y'all. Carpe diem. Life is short. And if you're here because you're growing your business, then this is a good refresher. This is a really good refresher on things that are worthy of spending your money on and not wasting them on, like last week's episode. Y'all listen to that, right? If you haven't listened to last week's, after this episode, go back and listen to it because I think it will be a wake up call to you to not waste money right now. In fact, y'all, it's that time of year. I'm filing my taxes, and over the past couple months, I've been looking at all my charges and everything that I purchased. And I'm like, you know what? I have too much stuff. I have too many little memberships. I have too much stuff that isn't being used, right? It's not really being used to make money in my business or save me time. And I need to stop. And so even in Grow Getters, my Grow Getters program, I've been restructuring how that like what platform it's on and all that good stuff. Long story. But anyways, I've been streamlining everything. So it's not only streamlining my business, it's helping you. I'm doing things that are actually making life easier for you too. So I get it. My point is that all of us overspend. All of us overspend on things that we don't need to. And I had to take my own advice. And especially since last week when I was recording that episode and released it, I'm like, and doing my taxes, I'm like, I'm overspending. Like, yeah, this stuff is great, but I don't need everything. And yes, I've been in business 5 years. So I have a little more flexibility to go ahead and, oh, yeah, I'll get this subscription. I need this software. I need this tool. But I just realized this is silly. This is silly. I need to streamline everything. I need to make it simple for myself, and I need to make it simple for y'all who need to get the help that you need. I need to make it as easy as possible, right? But here's the deal. When you're starting a business, there are things that you're probably going to spend money on. Now, this list that I'm going to share with you does not necessarily apply to you. So don't take all of this as like scripture that you're like, yes, I need to spend money on all of that. You may not. Everyone's business is different. I always say that as humans are each different, so are your businesses, right? Your business is as different as you are from other people. And so everyone's strategy for what they're spending money on has to be unique and it has to be customized to your business, your stage of life, your goals, your values, your personality, all that stuff, right? Your financial means. So take all of this seriously, but at the same time, realize that all of these that I list may not 100% apply to you, but I think they are eye opening because if you're going to be a business owner, you need to be a good one. You need to be smart. You need to be strategic. You need to have things streamlined, right? And I had a wake up call too. As I said, when I was doing my taxes and all my stuff, I'm like, what is happening? I'm spending way too much money. Should be only on the core things that I need. So let's go through these. I think they're really going to help you. You may need to take notes. There's 7 of them and take them seriously. Okay. So the first one is, okay, y'all, this is what I tell everyone in coaching. First thing you're going to need to spend money on, number one, if you're starting a business and you're already busy, maybe you have a full-time job, part-time job, you're a mom, you homeschool, you volunteer, you work out, you play pickleball, play tennis, you play chess. I don't know what all you do, but all your hobbies, maybe you're a bird watcher. I used to have a client that was a bird watcher. I loved it so much. She was starting a business with bird watching, but it was very, very cool. But I think you have to hire personal help. That's number one, personal help to free up your time so you can actually concentrate, so you can actually work. Because what I'm finding is a lot of my clients actually are moms that work. Okay, that's what the majority of you are, or you work and you're trying to make this your full-time income so you can quit your work. Wouldn't that be nice? Or some of you are full-time. I'm sorry, part-time. You have a part-time job. So I have that as well. Here's the deal. You're going to need personal help more than you probably have now. And this is what I usually recommend to my coaching clients is to look at the things around your home that take you a lot of time. Do you clean the house? Do you cook? Do you grocery shop? Do you do things at home while a baby sleeps or something like that? Could you get help so that you could either work quietly in your home or leave and work somewhere else and come home? You need time freed up so you can concentrate. If you're really serious about this business, you're going to need some personal help. And that one is a hard one for a lot of you because you are in control. You are able to manage it all. You're Superwoman. You can do everything. The truth is, you can't do all things by yourself. Okay. So here are my recommendations for you as far as getting personal help. First of all, if you have small children, think about getting a nanny, babysitter for 2 or 3 days a week for a few hours. Now, again, your situation's different. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's every day you need a nanny. But when I was working with my online boutiques years ago, and I had Ava, who is now 16, I had her in the middle of all that at the peak of my businesses. And I had to hire a nanny a few days a week. And she would come over and play with her for like 2 or 3 hours, or even if I needed, and then she would put down Ava for nap. And if I needed her to run some errands, she would. But that was the main thing is while Ava was awake a little bit on those days, I wanted her to get playtime, work on puzzles, and do things like that. And so I had her there. It was a lifesaver. And then I actually started hiring her for like a Friday night or Saturday night so that my husband and I could go out. So I had to pay for that. I had to pay for that. Now that we have grocery pickup and grocery delivery, y'all, there's no excuse. You should not be at the grocery store all the time when you could be working on your business. So highly recommend Instacart. I use Instacart still all the time. Right now, it's the greatest thing ever for a home entrepreneur. If you're working out of your home, even if you're not, like you may be out somewhere else working, to have your groceries delivered. In fact, like 2 days ago, I ordered them and usually they come in a few hours and they're appear on your doorstep and it's the most amazing thing ever. But I paid like $3 for a rush because I was like, oh gosh, we're leaving in a little while. I think it was within an hour. It may have even been less than that. I had all my groceries at my doorstep. I'm thinking I couldn't have gone to the store, walked around, shopped, checked out, got home, loaded them, loading, unloading from the grocery store, brought them in. I would have been exhausted. Best money I spend is Instacart. It's the greatest thing, right? I also do HelloFresh, which is a meal delivery. So what it is the meals aren't ready. I still cook them. But I like that because I actually do enjoy cooking my meals and I like healthy meals. And I actually have that 30 minutes or whatever it is. It's like cathartic. I'm cooking for the family. It looks like a normal night, but really I had all the ingredients sent to me and the recipe. So I don't have to think. That's my hardest thing is I just cannot use brain power trying to figure out what's for dinner. I literally have like a blank screen on my face when I look in the fridge and try to figure out what to cook for dinner. It just after a long day's work, it just does not come easy to me. And so I love HelloFresh. We get a few of our weekly meals delivered so that it's not every night that I'm trying to figure out. And then the other nights I can kind of wing it. I'm like, oh, we have ground beef, we have ground turkey, I can make something else. So y'all, my point is personal help. So think about it right now. Maybe you need yard work people. We have yard people. I have to. There's no way. My husband works all the time. We cannot be doing all the yard, although we would love to be doing our own yard and to know that, we take pride in our yard and would do it ourselves. But you know what? The cleaning, the yard cleaning people, they mow the lawn, they edge, they do all kinds of stuff. And it takes them like 30 minutes and it would take us hours and it's done right. And they have like 4 people out there. So it's amazing. Personal help. What personal help do you need? So number one, I would say that's money well spent in the beginning of your business is personal help, like off the bat, right then. So that you have time to think and concentrate. Number two, you may need someone to help you with legal setup and like setting up your books or QuickBooks or something to help you with your books if you're going to have a lot of costs. Now, some of you, it's super easy. Like me with the service business, it's not that hard to do your books, y'all, at all. I use QuickBooks Online, self-employed. And by the way, you can scroll down in the show notes right now. Anything that I recommend is on my master spreadsheet for you. And I do update it regularly. So scroll down in the show notes and get access to that master spreadsheet of all the tools and apps and all that I recommend. But I use QuickBooks Online. It automatically pulls in my credit card charges each month and all that. I knew kind of how to set up my business because I'd opened businesses before, but we do have a CPA and I had confirmed with her that all was good. So you may need some help a little bit right off the bat. I will say a lot of you do not need your LLC. I'm just throwing that out there. A lot of you think that you need an LLC right off the bat. You don't. I didn't have an LLC for like 10 years of my other businesses. I should have had it sooner, but you need to probably be making like 30K a year with it before you need one, unless you have a structure in your home where you already have other businesses and you don't, if something were to happen and someone were to sue you, you want them only to be able to sue the portion of your business. So if you have a business that there may be some liability involved. I got my LLC when we lived in Colorado when I had my boutiques because it was snowing all the time and icy and I had so many packages on my doorstep. and then going out to the mailbox, I would have them stacked and the mail person would have to come by and pile them in their car because I had, they were gift boutiques. And so I was petrified that the mailman was gonna slip and fall because and I had it on the porch and I'm like, he's gonna slip and fall and sue our family. And so getting the LLC just made me feel so much better. So if you have something that's high liability, you teach kids how to do trampoline jumping. I mean, that's a liability, right? If there's a liability involved where someone could sue you for something, then go ahead and get your LLC. But here's my point. A lot of you do not need to get it the first day you start your business. Like you can wait. You can wait 3 months, you can wait 6 months, you can wait a year, you can wait 3 years. Okay? So don't think that you have to rush that. You do need to get your doing business as and get that all set up and your federal EIN number. So you want to make sure that that's all set up so that you pay your taxes on what you owe each year, right? Okay. So that's number 2, your books and your legal setup. Okay? Number 3, your getting your domain name. So like I wanted KimberlyBrock.com and getting your website software. You're gonna have to pay for that. Like if you want to use Squarespace or Wix or Shopify, you're going to have to pay monthly for that. So you're gonna have to spend money on that. Okay. You're gonna have to spend money on that. And that's just a fact. You're gonna have to get your domain name. So here's a trick. I went to get my domain name when I was starting and somebody had KimberlyBrock.com. I think she's an author and she had it. But there was like KimberlyBrock.me. That's what I got. I got KimberlyBrock.me. And I was just waiting. And then KimberlyBrock.com went for sale for like $1,500. I was like, what? And so I was kind of watching it. And then over a few months, I happened to ping it again to see what it was for sale for. And it was like $497. And I was like, sold. I'm taking it. I can have this for the rest of my life. I can have KimberlyBrock.com. So see, y'all, I had to spend money on something, but it was worth it to me. Would that be worth it to you? Maybe not necessarily. It depends. If your business has a special name, if it's your personal name, I would get it because you can use this now forever and someone can't take your domain name. So I thought that was awesome. Okay. So that's number 3. Okay. Let me review real quick before we go to number 4. Number 1 was personal help. Number 2, you may need to pay for someone like a bookkeeper, someone with your book, setting up QuickBooks or buying QuickBooks online like I do, and legal setup. You may need to spend money on that. Number 3, you may need to spend money on your domain and website. You're probably going to have to. Well, obviously, if you want your domain, if you want a website, you're going to have to spend money on that. It's not that much, y'all. Website platforms are not that much each month. Okay. I think Squarespace is like 20 something bucks a month and Wix. Shopify may be a little bit more, but you got to have it. You got to have a store. Okay. Number 4, someone to design your logo and your website. You may need to spend money on this, but I talked about this last week. Do not overspend on this right now. What's going to be hard is you're going to have it good enough right now. You're going to have it good enough, and that's hard. Unless you have a luxury high-end brand that really needs to be designed by a full-on designer and you have the money to spend, because you could be spending $3 to $5,000 getting a logo and a website that's really designed well. But you may be able to get someone less expensive on Fiverr or ask around, because there are people that you may know that can do something like this and help you get it up. Let's see, what did I do? I did hire someone to do my website and logo when I started this one. So it was great because I had someone do it for me, but I've ended up tweaking things since then. So you have to realize it's not going to be your end all be all design. Now, I could afford it, but some of you may think, oh, this is going to be my end all be all. I'm going to spend money on this. I'll never have to spend money again. And it's not the case. You're probably going to move platforms at some point. You're going to have different thoughts about what you're selling and your brand image, and you may want to change your look. I don't know. I would just be careful on that and don't spend too much right now. I think there is a time and a place to do that and really make your website and logo look the most professional. But when we're starting, we got to be smart about our money and realize that your business is going to evolve. So I don't want you to waste money on this. So there are ways to get help. And 2, the website platforms, y'all, Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, all those, and I'm in Kajabi, have great templates to get you started. So it's really not as hard as it used to be. I had to hire like programmers back in the day to make my website look good. And y'all, it's so much easier now. Okay. So that's number 4. Number 5, your product development may cost you money. Depending on what your product is, you may have to test it, do different iterations. You may need to work on labels, packaging, all that. You got to make it good. It's got to work. You got to have testers who make sure that this product is worthy of being sold, right? That people are going to want to pay money for it. So that you may have services. You may be saying, I'm not selling products, I'm selling services. Okay, what equipment do you need for your services? Like, what things do you need to have in place so that you can offer what you want to offer people? You may need certain things. Heck, if you're like a home decorator, you may need to buy samples of carpets. I don't know. Maybe they'll give them to you for free, but different booklets that have paint samples and even make some cool portfolio either online or something you can show people that's a binder. So you may need to spend money like getting stuff together for your services, right? So remember that you may need to do that. You may need, you know, equipment. And speaking of that, for your product design and your services and all that, I don't know where I should have mentioned this, but you need a decent computer. So everybody stop scrimping on that. You need a decent computer. I got my daughter a MacBook Air, but it was like $1,000. And I know you're like, well, that's a lot of money. And I agree. You can get them used on eBay. You could do other things. Just make sure y'all have a good computer. Don't frustrate yourself even more with a computer that doesn't work. Okay, please, please. But for your product design and your services and your equipment that you need, make sure you have all the equipment. You're going to have to pay money for that. And that may even include equipment, like I didn't even mention, you may need an extra light for your desk or a microphone, things like that. So I kind of lumped that all in there, but there may be things you need, right? Even though I'm a service provider, I'm online on camera. So I need equipment, right? And I actually had a good camera. I have a very nice camera that sits up here, and I have my lights and my microphone and a good keyboard and a mouse. So in order to sell your product or service, you're going to have to pay for stuff to get it sellable, right? I needed to look decent on camera and sound decent on the microphone on my podcast. And for you, it may be physical products that you're selling, and you're going to have to put money into that. Okay. So that's number 5. Number 6 is you may need some kind of certification or training. There's a lot of you that don't actually need this. You actually already know enough to help people. You're actually at least 2 steps ahead of somebody else that would pay you for your services. So remember that. Whatever it is that you're doing, remember that you may not need any certifications. I think a lot of people think that they do. Now, there are certain instances, maybe you're a life coach and you want some official certification, or maybe you're a designer, like I said, some kind of designer and you need some kind of certification, or you're some kind of tutor and you need to make sure you're certified for something, right? Whatever it is, make sure you are certified. So you may have to spend money on that. Again, a lot of you don't need to get certified. I did not need to get certified for this role that I'm hosting here, right? For me as a business coach, I did not need to get any other certification. I'd been in business for 20 years when I started, right? So I didn't need anything else. So don't think that you need stuff, okay? So let's go through these 6 before I get to number 7. Again, it was personal help you may need, books and legal setup, like your accounting, your bookkeeping, someone to help you real quick for an hour or 2. It could even be a student that's in accounting or something. You never know. Okay, number 3, your domain and your website platform. So you need to get your domain, whatever that is. For me, it was KimberlyBrock.com. For you, what is it for you? And the website platform. Like, is it Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, WordPress, Kajabi? What is it? Number 4 is the design of the logo and the website. So someone to actually create it for you and make it aesthetically pleasing. You may be able to do this in Canva. Y'all, you can do it in Canva. You can make basic logos and things, but you can hire someone on Fiverr, or you can pay for a designer. So you may have to pay, depending on your business, 3 to 5 grand for someone to do your logo and do your whole website design. And that's okay because you want to have a great presence. I'm just telling you, not everyone has to have it the most amazing out of the gate. You can do a one-pager that you design in Canva. And if you're a service provider, you can start that way. Super simple, or on Squarespace or Wix if you're a service provider, and just start. It's like 20 something a month, okay? And they have great templates for you to design everything. Number 5, all your equipment and everything you need to create your products and services to make them sellable. So this encompasses a lot, but this is going to cost you money. whatever this is that you need, okay, to make your products or services sellable. Number 6, certifications and trainings. You may need more certifications and trainings, okay? I did get some training courses on coaching and things like that, but I didn't do any official certification. Okay, number 7, y'all, to me, this is the most important one besides the personal help. I think the personal help, spending money on that is key. And I also think that's number 1. And I think number 7 is massively important to your success. Okay. This will save you so much time, energy, and money. What do you think it is? What do you think that I highly recommend you do at the beginning of your business to save you time, energy, and money? Well, if you said hire a coach or hire a strategic coach, hire a strategist, you're right. This is why I do what I do. I cannot bear it if I see new business owners like you flailing around thinking that you have to spend time, energy, and money doing things that you don't need to be doing. And I also cringe when I think that you are taking the long route, when I could just tell you how to take the short route and how to take the more cost effective route and how to make moves that build a sustainable business, not just a fly by night business that you're like, oh, we'll see. No, I'm trying to help you build a sustainable business. You need a strategist in your life. Okay. Maybe you know somebody. Maybe you have a mentor in your life, a family member, a friend, someone who can help you and guide you. I'm telling you, y'all, this is the best money you will spend. And it could be in as little as an hour. Okay. Some of you think that getting a strategist or a coach has to be this long term, you got to meet with them every single week for the whole year. Yeah, there's some that you can do that. But that's not the case for a lot of you. You're solopreneurs, you're busy, you're just trying to get this business off the ground. You want to know what's the fastest way that you can start achieving success? What should you use? What should you not use? What are the things that people have done wrong that you don't want to do wrong too? Y'all, this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm here to save you time, energy, and money. I'm here to help you build a business that fits in your season of life right now, whatever that is that fits in with your goals, whatever that is, whether it's $500 a month you want to make, 5,000 a month, 50,000. We all want to make a bazillion, gadillion dollars a month. I mean, we all do. Okay. So that's not the point. The point is you only have so much time, energy, and money to put into this business. And so if you've got a strategic coach, someone can guide you on that and say, don't go down this path. This is the wrong way to go for your type of business. Oh, for your type of business, here's a more simple way you can go about it. Here's a simple offer. Here's how we could price your stuff. Here's how you can show up. Here's how you can start building your audience. Here's how you can do it all in a way that fits in the time that you have for your business without having burnout and becoming a crazy person. Okay? Y'all would be surprised what even an hour of clarity can do for you and motivation. So I'm inviting you today, right now. If you're sitting here listening to this and you're like, yeah, I just need a little bit of guidance. I'm already a go-getter. I know what I want to do. I just need a little help and clarity on certain things and to get focused. I can do as little as a 1-hour session with you. All you have to do is scroll down in the show notes right now and you can email me, let me know what's going on, and I'll tell you if I'm a fit or not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to do any of that. If I think I can help you, I'm going to tell you. And then you have the choice to book a coaching session with me or not. And we can do several. We can do it however you would like. But I highly recommend you get someone in your life to help you, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, it doesn't matter. I just can't even bear the thought of you trying to figure this all out on your own when you don't have time. And you have to know that there is a clear path that could be ready and handed to you for your business, right? A clear path of getting going and getting it off the ground. And then all you have to do is execute on it. Don't you want that? You don't want to take longer than you have to. You don't want to draw this out. You don't want to lose money. You don't want to waste money on things that you don't need to be doing. You don't want to waste your energy on anything because you're already exhausted, and you don't want to waste your time because you hardly have any time. So let's be real. Do yourself a favor, right? And get a coach. And I would love to help you if you don't already have one. You know how people say, oh, go get a massage. It's so relaxing. So you'll go and spend $150 on a massage, right? And that's going to make you feel good for the day. That is going to help. And it's awesome and it's relaxing and amazing. But y'all, do you know what a coach could do for you in an hour? And give you insights so that you don't waste any more time with your business. This is your dream. This is representing your future. And it's also representing your purpose. You know that, right? That you've been wanting more purpose in your life. You have wanted to feel more purposeful and impactful. And your business is going to do that for you. But you've got to do things right. So please reach out to me if at all you're stuck, flailing around, taking longer than you expected, frustrated, you can't figure something out, you're not really sure if you should do this or that or this, or start a membership or do a course or have a service or have products. I've had online gift boutiques. I had them for 16 years running online. 3 years before that, I was running them locally as pop-up shows. I've had a photography business that I ran in the middle of that, which was crazy. I don't know why I did that, but that was super fun and it was fulfilling. That's why I did it, but I didn't have enough time. And then now, since I closed my online boutiques, I've been coaching other women as y'all are starting and growing new businesses doing what you love to. So I've had all the experience with service, products, everything. I can give you insights on memberships, courses, everything, podcasting, all of it, product businesses. I can guide you and tell you pros and cons and help you figure it out for your season of life, for your situation right now. So that's it, y'all. Those are the things that you're going to have to spend money on. And I think you should take getting personal help very seriously and getting a coach extremely seriously. And again, I'd be honored to help you along your journey. All you have to do, reach out down below, tell me your situation. I'll email you back and let you know if I think we're a fit or not, or if I have other questions to clarify. So that's it. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for listening. And until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.